Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The biggest reason why I want to do a YouTube channel is because when I want to try and look up a review for a book, and just to try to get the most simplest review, the book doesn't show up. Or, they have a review, but they kind of badly explain how they actually felt about the book because everyone has their most biased opinions about certain genres or when it comes to certain series. And I want this channel to be something different. I want to try to explore most genres and most series and kind of give them, their hat in the ring of, hey, I read this book and this is what I thought about it. So, and this book I'm going to talk about today, this manga I'm going to talk about today, is one of those exceptions where you don't see people talking about it. And honestly, and yes, I know I've been talking about all the books that I do like, but this book is a special exception of why it's a great manga. Right here. And you know what? Here's the book. It's called Saint Young Men. And don't let the cover fool you. It is literally Jesus Christ and Buddha on the cover. Yes, Jesus Christ and Buddha have their own book. And to my understanding, there's like 5 of these out right now. I currently have up to 3, and I'm doing a bad job of keeping up to date of reading it. The biggest thing about this is it's a bunch of small chapters, but really in a big book. And I think that's what intimidates people with these kind of mangas is they're very big, so people don't want to read them or they don't want to give it a chance. Now, I was on like Facebook one day and I saw like a clip of it because there's an actual anime for this. And boy, was that hard to find. Like, I had to go on the most sketchiest websites to try and watch this. And it's not like, oh, episode 1, episode 2. No, it is like an hour-long episode of just being able to maybe watch it. Because sometimes they didn't even have the whole thing on the website. And it's just pretty much an hour long of just a series of quick episodes that were like maybe 10 minutes each. And the story is just pretty simple. Jesus and Buddha ascend from heaven, not for religious reasons or to praise the people or anything. No, they are literally just on vacation and they just happen to go to Tokyo. They get a small apartment. They become hoarders, they keep buying random things, they have everyday struggles like an average person, like, oh no, we're not going to have enough money for rent, or people harassing them. And it's funny to read that, as a reader, it's funny because it's like, if only they knew they were, harassing, a religious figure. Because if they knew, they obviously wouldn't. Everyone would be praising them. The biggest joke in the book is that Jesus looks like Johnny Depp. That is the biggest joke in the book. And I thought I'd see it just one time. It's a one-time joke. No, that is from reading half of the second one. That joke still continues, and I think to the 5th volume, I'm imagining it's still that joke still lingers in there. And that's just a weird inside joke if you actually read this. So, and another thing is, I'm not going to just give you a simple, here's my opinion, go buy this book. You might not like it. You really might not like it. I don't know. Here, let me give you a random page in a situation. And it's kind of hard to do that. But here, let's just do the first page. Pause if you would like to read it. That's totally fine. But it's just them being themselves, being average people. living their life. I mean, there's a bunch of kids who harass Buddha because he has, that on his forehead. I don't know what it's called, so I'm not even gonna try. But obviously he has that for religious reasons. But people and kids would always kind of come up and like try to poke it or shoot a rubber band at it or shoot darts at it because they think it's a little target. And it's funny because, again, if they were to know they were a religious figure, they wouldn't do that. Now, I am not a religious person. Like, I don't go to church. But there are religious references, and it's actually in a lighter tone, because they'll make like a reference to something, and at the end of the chapter they'll have like a whole chapter dedicated to, oh well, I was talking about this and this is what this means, and they have like a whole story about it. Not like a whole Bible story about it, but just like a quick like page just to describe, well, this term means this, this term means that. And there's a lot of moments where they freak out, where they're like, oh, do people recognize me? But then when Jesus thinks he's being recognized, again, people think he's Johnny Depp. And again, that's just hilarious. It's just like that inside joke. So personally, I enjoy the humor of this because it's just a light humor, quick, easy read, pick it up, read a couple of chapters, put it down, call it good. So if you were thinking about getting this manga and you've seen it on the shelf, I'd recommend getting it. If you just want like a quick little funny read, and if you're not even like a heavily religious person, I personally feel you would enjoy this because, again, I'm not a religious person, never claimed to be and never will. Excuse me. But I enjoyed it. And I wouldn't even bother trying to look up the anime because, again, I had to find like the most sketchiest website to watch it on, and maybe my phone had like a virus or two because of it. So take this with a grain of salt in my review. And like I said, my reviews are mostly coming from books that don't really get to see the spotlight as much. I do hope you enjoy this book, and if you do enjoy this book, hey, let me know in the comments if you did or didn't enjoy it. I mean, I'm the kind of person who believes in, that book looks kind of cool, that manga looks kind of cool, I'm just going to grab it off the shelf, open it up, read it, 50-50, I'm going in blind. But, I mean, when I try to look for reviews, it's kind of hard to, because normally I would look at the reviews after, just to see how anyone felt about the first volume, the 5th volume. So I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I hope everyone has a better understanding on like why I'm doing this YouTube channel. Don't forget to look me up on my TikTok, plug in TikTok right here, and I'll plug it in my end credits, my outro, which I just made. So I hope you guys enjoy that too. So I hope everyone has a great one. Bye bye.